Right, hello everyone. Hello. This is Gematria Sports Gods, and I wanted to do our very first video to get out there and get the word out there that we are helping people win money betting on sports on a daily basis. And the way that happens is through something called Gematria. Gematria is a coded system, meaning that there are numbers and letters that has been dictated by, or I guess founded by God, more or less. Oh, give me a second. Yeah, there he is. So if you use a gematrinator, I'll give you an idea. You can go back here. Yep. Simply put, gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. It's an ancient practice, traces back at least to Hebrew and Greek languages, in which they've used letters from the alphabet as numbers. Let me move this down here so we can see better. Hopefully this works. Yep, there we go. Cool. Sorry about that. The idea in the system can apply to the English language gets brushed off by many, but thanks to the tireless efforts of some astute researchers, it's clear that not only does it apply, but it's used in daily news, media, and sports, and with events in all three often coincide with one another. Meaning that you might see something in the news that relates to a day of numerology, meaning like today would be 6-7 or 67, or some countries they consider it the 7-6 or 76, or reverse could be 6-7. These are called reflections. You might see something 6 people shot and 7 wounded on 6-7 or May 7th. It's not just a coincidence these things happen because they're coded in numbers based on the language of gematria. And we see this every day. And my goal is to show you how many times this happens over and over. So if you're a conspiracy theorist or you like to make accusations or you don't believe it, it's totally fine. You don't have to. Just but at least give it a chance and listen. I didn't believe it. It took me about 2 months to figure this out, to really see that there's something behind the numbers and the letters and the words. So moving on, there may be even more to gematria than just numbers and words. Some to attentive decoding to your own personal life, including family members, birth dates, dates of important events. You may uncover some bewildering synchronicities that seem to be transcended true randomness. Study gematria is how it's being used against us by the elite ruling class as young one. So we hope you too will take the interest in this aspect of our reality. Those in search of true knowledge without willing to sacrifice their dignity find gematria among the most interesting intellectual pursuits imaginable. Zachary Hubbard wrote the book called Letters and Numbers, which I strongly suggest you buy. It's about $5. It's a long read. It's about 800 pages, but it will explain a lot of information that I've already retained. It provides an encyclopedia collection of information regarding the presence of gematria in our mainstream media dating back for centuries. So if you look at the codes, it says, why are all these different ciphers? What do they all mean? So gematria is a little more complex than just A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3. But most of the systems in this site are closely related by the alphabetical order. The English ordinal assigns a number to each letter based on its relative position in the alphabet. So A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, X is 24, Y is 25, and C is 26. Based on the single cipher, we can derive most other applying simple numerical functions such as reduction, 1 minus 9 only, amplification, 1 1-9, 1090, 10800, or simply by reversing the order, other ciphers apply unique functions. Sumerian, for example, multiplies each letter by 6 satanic gematria. On the other hand, begins in A with 36, B 37, Y 60, Z 61. Because it's the 36th triangular number is 666. Open the satanic cipher and the satanic gematrinator to understand its significance. So I'm not going to go into too much of that right now. I want to give you an idea of what it looks like when we do sports coding. Let's do that. I want to show you what that looks like. Now, these aren't my codes. This is what Zach has done. So as far as these basketball finals recently, in fact, let me get my face off. Move it over here so you can see better. There we go. All right. So last night, the games were coded once again. If you look at the days of numerology, it's 6-6-2021. So 6 plus 6 plus 20 plus 21 equals 53, the 16th prime. Now, keep in mind, if you start remembering, it's very difficult to remember these numbers. Part of the reason I'm doing this is because I do daily codes, and I get people on my Patreon page as a community that we all do sports betting on sports on a daily basis or weekly basis or futures. Anything that's soccer, baseball, college football, pro football, NBA, championship games, soccer, all the soccer you could think of. I have a system in place. It's not gematry. It's an AI, artificial intelligence software, and soccer on a daily basis averages about 73 to 76% win rate. Meaning for every 10 bets you do, you're going to win 6 or 7. So if you want to do parlays, it's awesome. I mean, I'm serious. It's awesome. Yesterday I won 3 games. They were all minus 300, 285, minus 305. It's hard to bet on those because you have to bet a lot more money than you for every dollar. You almost had to bet $3 to win the dollar back. If you don't do that, you're going to lose all your money eventually. You might win 3 games, but lose your money, and you can't make it back. That's gambling. Okay. 6 6 2021, 6 plus 6 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 is 17, the 7th prime. 6 plus, and you see the rest. 6 plus 6 plus 21, 33. 6 plus 6, 12. June 6th is the 157th day of the year, leaving 208 days remaining, 157 and 37th prime. June 6th is 166 days after the season begins, or the 167th day of the season. 167 is the 39th prime. The Hawks and 76ers last met in the playoffs 39 years ago. Again, 39 prime, 39 years. There's relevance there. Home team, there's their records. Possible storyline, Doc Rivers went from the Clippers to the 76ers. If the Clippers lose, they'll be 7-6 versus the Mavericks in the playoffs all time. And who are they playing? Their Hawks are playing the 76ers. So here's their records, right? Game 1, series starts 6-6. Philadelphia number 1 versus number 5. Atlanta is 4-1 in playoffs, 2-0 at home, 2-1 away. 76ers equals 42 in the cipher. Now what that means is, if I went through this cipher, I would put 76ers, right? So let's do that. And what we get? 52. So you right here, 52? Sorry, 42. 76ers, what uh-oh. Gotta go back fix that. Anyway, they can fall to 4-2 in the playoffs. If Atlanta stole the first 2 games, they would be 6-1. Philadelphia equals 61. Atlanta overall, their record Sunday is 33. Can't pick up the 33rd loss, 33 date of numerology. And I think these are, yeah, see, 6-6-21, 33. See how those numbers all relate to the ones? Now, typically on Sundays, if there's a 21 and a 33, you'll see a lot of this, a lot of losses, a lot. And it doesn't matter who plays who. You might think, oh, my favorite team, 76ers, I grew up playing them, and all my favorite players play for them, and I hate the Hawks. I'm going to see them beat them and blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and bet your money. And I guarantee you a lot of times you're going to lose. A lot. Because you don't know the numbers. If you don't know the numbers, you're just gambling, and you're going to get lucky at times. You might get 9 out of 10. You might get 7 out of 8. You're going to go on a bad streak for a while too, because you can't fix this. This has already been pre-made. And again, Atlanta Hawks, 32, 131, 32nd prime. Hawks equals 17. Do you see the numbers, how they keep popping up? Let's go a little bit more in here. Philadelphia all-time record, 6-1. 76ers lead the Hawks 6-1 in the playoffs. The last time they met was 1982, 39 years ago. If Philadelphia swept Atlanta, they would become 10-1 against Atlanta all time. Philadelphia, 101, 26 prime. Or Atlanta can improve to 2-6. Philadelphia, 101, 26 prime. So you see how the numbers 2-6 and 26 and 26 If these keep popping up, and then Philadelphia 6-1 advantage, Philadelphia 61, they keep popping up, leads 61 in the playoffs. You can't hide from these numbers. You can try. I'm telling you, you can try. You're going to fail. If they take game one, Hawks fall to 1-7. Hawks equals 17. It's no mistake. Hawks just closed out New York in 17 ritual. Again, 1-7, 17, 17 ritual. Or if Hawks take game one, 76ers would fall 62, Hawks 62. Huh. What a coincidence, right? The Hawks gave the Knicks 62 home loss. Again, 6-2, 62nd home loss in the playoffs all time to start last series. Also, the Hawks advanced over the Knicks on June 2nd, or 6-2, 62. So there's a key pattern to follow. I hope this makes sense. Now, like I said, these numbers are predetermined. In other words, what I'm trying to tell you is if the 76ers lead the Hawks 6-1 in the playoffs, why is it not 5-1? Why is it not 7-2? It's 6-1. And you're telling me if I type in Philadelphia, it's 101 to 26 prime, and Atlanta can improve to 2-6, which Philadelphia is the 26 prime. Why is it not 27 prime and 22 prime? Or why is it not 104 and 103? I can't answer that question. The only thing I know is these numbers are pre-made, predetermined. They're set in place to have certain teams win on certain days because they're creating a narrative. When someone dies, there's a narrative. A few weeks back, you can look this up. The golfer named Cink, C-I-N-K, played a tournament. He's an older guy. He's about 48 in golf, PGA. Now, this guy's been a good golfer for a long time. He's high up in the rankings, makes a lot of money. Hasn't won in a long time. However, on the day of the tournament, on Sunday, was the commemoration of the sinking of the Titanic. He won that day. His name is spelled C-I-N-K, and it was sinking of the Titanic. Maybe that's a coincidence too. But what I tell people that don't believe this is how many coincidences do you need before you would be convinced when you see this to go, oh, well, yeah, I see it. You definitely have to see. You can't deny there's no pattern. That's the first thing. If you don't see the pattern, just shut it off and don't ever come back because you're never going to figure it out. You'll never get it, and you're not open minded. You got to be a little open minded to like seeing ghosts and UFOs and the pedophiles everywhere and the blah 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 blah. Do you really know what's going on? Not really. But if you want to believe in ghosts and you want to believe in UFOs and you want to believe that these scores are predetermined, well, that's fine. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. And just as a disclaimer, this is all for entertainment purposes. I'm putting it out there right now because I know YouTube doesn't like these things, hearing these things, but it's a good way to make some extra side money. I know a lot of people got laid off, lost their jobs, blah blah blah. Sign up for our Patreon. It's a measly $10 a month. Again, the Patreon page is patreon.com/Weekend Warrior Sports. If you go to Patreon and little search bar in the top right, type in Weekend Warrior Sports. If you log in, you're going to get my page, which looks like this. Gematria Sports. And what will happen is every day I will send you some new information. Just to get it out there today, I'll give you some freebies. You ready? Now, Gematria is not guaranteed because we as people didn't write this script. We didn't write the rules. We didn't write the numbers, the language. This has been passed down for thousands of years. So we can't change it, but we have to decipher it. They come in riddles, like Jesus spoke in riddles or parables. These riddles, we have to figure them out. And as humans, it's very difficult. So we're not perfect. The riddles are perfect. An example, Gonzaga, we knew they were going to come. We thought they were going to win the whole tournament right before the season started. And what happened was there was a riddle for them and a riddle for Baylor. That riddle for Baylor turned out to be better than the riddle for Gonzaga. However, Gonzaga didn't seem like the better team. Did they? They played pretty good, but UCLA was crushing. Like, how did? Isn't it funny how UCLA beat the shit out of the team prior, and then Oregon State had a COVID thing and they had to cancel their day. They come back and blow out UCLA, and UCLA had Gaza, the top scorer in basketball in the country, just fell flat on his face. Really? Coincidence again? All right, here's some freebies for you. There was just word today that I saw. Serena Williams, there's been this Asian narrative. Oh, that's another narrative they had. Remember a few weeks ago before the Masters, the media spoke of Asian hate crimes. I don't know if you remember this, but you can look it up. Asian hate crimes is right before the tournament of golf for the Masters. There's an Asian guy who was from Japan. His name was Morikawa. Morikawa won the event on the day commemorating Japanese Pearl Harbor. There was a narrative on Wednesday. They golfed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Sunday was the day of the commemoration or memory of Pearl Harbor. And he's Japanese, and he won, just like sinking of the Titanic and sink. These words and names pop up all the time. You just have to pay attention. And guess who else won that day? The female Japanese amateur golfer. Another coincidence. So, Serena, with this, there's an Asian girl playing in the French Open who just recently bowed out. I guess they said she had mental problems. I don't know what they meant by that, but whatever. So that puts her in the front runner for the French Open. So there's a future bet. There's a good odds of her winning. I think the odds were 500 or something like that to one. I don't remember what it was. 5-1 odds maybe, which is pretty good. So for a $10 bet, you can win $50. This is not something you have to go gamble and make a fool of yourself and go broke and lose all your money and get addicted to gambling. Not at all. What it is it's meant to be fun. It's entertainment. It's a good way of, having a $5 bet on a future tennis match and wake up one day and go, hey, I won $50. It's a couple tanks of gas for your car unless you got an SUV. It's one, right? Why not put up extra couple bucks in your pocket by knowing the knowledge? Djokovic, there was 3 top runners that just bowed out, especially I think Nadal just bowed out of the tournament. Those 2 guys, in fact, I put a bet on Nadal as a backup, but I took Nozovic to win. Hockey, we did not win. One thing we do here is if we lose, we just say we lost. The narrative was there, the storyline was there, but it didn't work. We have the Islanders and the Hurricanes as a parlay for that night, Blazers, Lakers. I don't remember who won. It was a while back, but just to give you an idea what this looks like. So every day there'll be a new post. In fact, let me go to post. Sorry about that. And I'm going to get cleaner and better with doing this. This is my first video with this, so a lot of things I have to kind of clean up a little bit. So you see some of our engagement. Let me go back to here. %. NBA and hockey. Lightning, the Nets, Nuggets, all won. 100% day. Now, we don't have a lot of days 100%, but I will tell you with soccer, there's a good bit. There's probably at least once a week we're 100% day. Might be a 5 for 5, 6 for 6, 7 for 7, 3 for 3. It depends. Most days we're 6 for 7, somewhere around there. 7 of 9. Sometimes we're 14 out of 15 or 14 out of 17. It just depends. We're getting better. So one thing we're learning to do is decode, and now I'm starting to back test the codes. So let me see if I can get, I think it might be on here. Yeah, let me give you an idea what these codes look like. So put some of these codes together. I have the D-backs with their team, have their record, Brewers with theirs. Pick the team you want. Brewers win to get 30-30 DN. See, Brewers 29. A lot of times, if they're going for that 30th win, they're going to win. Brewers get 14 home wins, 14 DN. Brewers 30 and 14. Does it make sense? Pretty simple stuff, but it does take time to figure out. So it's a lot of work. and that's why we pay for this for the service. All we're asking is a $10 fee to keep the site moving. Um, Again, it's patreon.com/weekend warrior sports. And I'm going to start posting some more things on here. Anyone has any questions, please subscribe. Even if you don't buy our service, please just subscribe and follow us. And maybe someday you can track everything if you want to. Um, you can for $10, you can track, say for $10 a month, go in, track all results for about a week or two, and see that we're not full of it, and we're telling you the truth about how many games we won, how many games we lost, and you'll start seeing a trend of, hey, wait a minute, they won 5 out of 7 in baseball. Oh, they won 2 out of 2 in basketball. Well, they won X amount in this. Well, maybe there's something to that. And I try to post something relevant to, the sport. Because the company's Gematria Sports Gods. So I want to put stuff up there like superstars running. Like this one girl, she's been an amazing track athlete the last couple of years. Some of these people I don't even know, but it's nice to see that there's these people out there busting their butt in sports, working hard, breaking records. They deserve to have a little bit of clip on there. They're short videos. Most of them are 3 to 5, 10 minutes long. I wanted to show you one more. I think it was a sixth, or it might have been a fifth. Yep, there it is. All right, so the Hurricanes and Bruins both won. The Nets won. We're 5 out of 7 in baseball. So that's 6, 7, 8. That's what, 10? We were 8 out of 10 in the same day. That's 80%, 7% in baseball, June 5th. So, sometimes I try to go back and post these in there once in a while. I should maybe do a little bit more, just to show people that, it's legit. You can go look these up on ESPN. Just type in the baseball scores and double check them. And you can do that for a couple weeks. And if you feel it's not worth the time, fine. You don't have to join. We'll do some more stuff on here, more fun stuff. I'm going to start reading some more from Gematria. I'll read some from Zach's book, just to give you an idea of some things that's going on in the world. I want to keep it sports-based if I can. So I might just go through day to day of what happened the day before, maybe do a couple highlights of the games. I mean, these games are pretty cool. YouTube just has quick downloads for 5-10 minutes. It's awesome. You can watch. Say you miss a hockey game and you're subscribed, you'll probably get to see one of the games will pop up. It's really cool. It just shows you the highlights of the game. So you're not watching the entire thing, which is cool. You get to watch all the fun stuff. So I'll show you a quick glimpse of this real quick. And this for any sport. If you miss a game like football, baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, go to YouTube, type in who played versus, it'll pop up. All right, so it's spinning out, doing a burnout. So, well, that's all I got for today. There it is. Yeah, it's kind of slow right now. A little choppy. So, that's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Invite some friends. And maybe discuss with your friends. Go, hey, is this legit or not? Because I'm telling you, if it wasn't legit, I wouldn't be here doing this because I've probably got better things to do with my time. But I'm learning a lot. I'm learning how to evaluate my risk. I've won a decent amount of money so far. I have a small account and a big account. I do post my parlays and my picks sometimes when I win. I can always post the ones I lose. There's a lot that I lose, but I think they kind of balance out because a lot of times if you lose a parlay for $10 and you hit another parlay for you spend $10 and hit $50, you spend 20 and won 30, so you're ahead. It's not that difficult to figure out. Anyway, okay, signing off. Hope you guys have a great day. Till next time, tune in. Thanks.